that make him such a fascinating figure in the world of global branding.
Looking forward to it. It's interesting how those global sponsorships that Brando secured for Midea weren't just about, slapping a logo on a jersey.
Right.
It was really about strategically aligning the brand with partners that shared similar values and could actually reach Medea's target audience.
So there's a deeper strategy at play here than just brand awareness.
Oh, absolutely. Think about it.
Yeah.
Midea is a home appliance brand.
Right.
They're not traditionally associated with the excitement of football.
No, not really.
But by partnering with teams like Manchester City and Corinthians, they're tapping into the passion of millions of fans worldwide.
I see what you mean. It's not the most obvious pairing.
Right.
But that's kind of what makes it stand out.
Exactly.
It creates a sense of intrigue. And let's face it, football, or soccer as some might call it, is a global phenomenon.
It is a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
It's a way to connect with a younger, more globally connected audience who might not be paying attention to traditional advertising.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And it seems like this global mindset isn't just a strategy for him. It's woven into his personal life, too.
Oh, how so?
His LinkedIn mentions his wife is from Accra, Ghana.
Wow.
And his son was born in Guangzhou, China.
That adds a whole other layer to his understanding of global branding.
Right.
He's not just reading about cultural differences. He's living them.
Okay, but back to those sponsorships for a moment.
Okay.
You mentioned strategic alignment.
Yeah.
What makes these specific partnerships a good fit for Midea?
We'll take Manchester City, for example. They're known for their innovative style of play, their use of data and technology to gain an edge on the field.
Right.
That aligns really well with Medea's own focus on innovation and technology in their appliances.
And Corinthians.
Yeah, Corinthians, they're a team with a huge, passionate fan base in Brazil.
Right.
A key emerging market for Midea. It's about targeting specific markets and demographics where they see growth potential.
Yeah.
And the AFF Suzuki Cup.
Yeah.
Well, that's a tournament with a massive following in Southeast Asia, another region where Midea is looking to expand.
So he's not just picking popular teams.
Right.
He's choosing partnerships that align with Medea's overall business strategy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, one thing that really struck me when looking at his CVs is his emphasis on continuous learning.
Right.
This isn't someone who thinks they know it all.
Right.
He's always looking to expand his knowledge and skills.
He's got that always a student mentality.
Yeah.
And it's not just about formal education either.
Right.
He talks about seeking out new experiences, immersing himself in different cultures, and constantly challenging himself.
We see that in his decision to pursue an executive MBA in Spanish.
Yeah.
It's a demanding program.
It is.
And doing it in another language shows a real commitment to pushing himself beyond his comfort zone.
And even after achieving so much, he's still participating in leadership courses and workshops.
It really speaks volumes about his drive to stay ahead of the curve in a rapidly evolving field.
It's also worth noting his background as a competitive swimmer.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on his LinkedIn.
His LinkedIn profile highlights how that experience instilled discipline, focus, and a relentless pursuit of improvement.
Those are qualities that undoubtedly serve him well in the fast-paced world of global branding.
You know, it's almost like his time in the pool was training.
Yeah, like a metaphor.
For the challenges he'd face in his career.
Right.
It's about pushing your limits, setting goals, and never being satisfied with the status quo.
And let's not forget those different versions of his CVs we talked about earlier. It's like he's saying, I have this diverse set of skills and experiences, and I can tailor my message to fit the specific needs of each opportunity.
It's almost like a mini branding exercise for himself.
It is.
He's packaging his skills and experience in a way that's compelling and relevant to his target audience, in this case, potential employers.
And that brings us to a really important point.
Okay.
We're all branding ourselves, whether we realize it or not. Every interaction, every piece of content we share, every project we work on contributes to the story we're telling about who we are and what we stand for.
So you're saying we should all be thinking like Brando?
I think there's a lot we can learn from his approach.
Okay.
He's clearly thought deeply about his strengths, his values, and the message he wants to convey to the world.
Okay, so how can our listener, someone who might not be a global branding expert, start thinking about their own personal brand? What advice would you give them?
First, I'd say take some time for self-reflection.
Okay.
What are your unique skills and experiences? What are you passionate about?
Right.
What kind of impact do you want to make?
Sounds like you're suggesting they dig a little deeper than just their job title and responsibility.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Then think about your target audience.
Right.
Who are you trying to reach? What kind of message will resonate with them?
Yeah.
It could be potential employers, clients, collaborators, or even just your network of friends and colleagues.
So it's about tailoring your message to the specific audience you're trying to connect with.
Precisely.
Okay.
And just like Brando, don't be afraid to experiment with different formats and platforms.
Right.
Your LinkedIn profile might tell a different story than your portfolio website.
Yeah.
And that's okay. The important thing is to be authentic and consistent in your messaging.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about his career journey, his accomplishments, his expertise.
Yeah, it's been a good conversation.
But there's still more to uncover.
Okay.
In the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore some of the specific challenges he faced,
okay,
the lessons he learned, and what we can all take away from his remarkable journey.